Hello student, myself Prashanth, principal in SRPU College, Hebri. Dear student, I'm going to start the concept called mechanical properties of fluid for you. ಈ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂಡ್ ಈ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೆಲ್ಲ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ಸ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ. ಈ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಅನ್ನು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಐ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್ ದಿ ಮೈನ್ಲಿ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್. ಈ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್, ಯಾವ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕೇಳಬಹುದು, ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕೇಳಬಹುದು, ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸಿಗೆ ಕೇಳಬಹುದು, ದೀಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್. ಡಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್, ಬಿಫೋರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಯು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಲರ್ನ್ ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಕಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ಸ್. ಸಾಲಿಡ್ಸ್ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನ ನೀವು ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಕಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲ್ತಿರ್ತೀರಿ. ಸಾಲಿಡ್ಸ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯು ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಲರ್ನ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್, ಸ್ಟ್ರೈನ್, ಹುಕ್ಸ್ ಲಾ ಅಂಡ್ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಅದರ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ ಯು ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಲರ್ನ್. ಈ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ವಿ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಕಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಫ್ಲೂಯಿಡ್ಸ್. ಮೈನ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾವು ಫ್ಲೂಯಿಡ್ಸ್ ನ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್, ಅದರ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್, ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕಲಿಯೋಣ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ರೈಟ್. ಈ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ದಟ್ ವಿ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮೈನ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ಸ್ ಏನಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡುವ. ಮೈನ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ಸ್ ಏನಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ವಿ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ದಿ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್. ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಇಟ್ ಗಿವಿಂಗ್ ಅ ಬ್ರೀಫ್ ಐಡಿಯಾ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಫ್ಲೂಯಿಡ್ಸ್. ನಾಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ದಟ್, ಫ್ಲೂಯಿಡ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಕೆಲವೆಲ್ಲ ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟೀಸ್ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. That physical quantities we're going to learn under this introduction part. It may be a pressure, it may be a thrust, it may be a force and other things that we're going to discuss under introduction part. And after introduction we're going to discuss major important part that we call it as pressure. ಇಲ್ಲಿ pressure ಅಲ್ಲಿ we're going to discuss about definition, ಅದರ unit, ಹೇಗೆ ಮೆಜರ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಅಗೈನ್ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಎಟ್ ದಿ ಡೆಪ್ತ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ವೆಲ್ ಆರ್ ಎನಿ ಗಿವನ್ ವೆಸಲ್, ದಟ್ ವಿ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್. ನಾಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ದಟ್, ಡಿಪೆಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ದಿಸ್ ವಿ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಥಿಂಕ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಒನ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಲಾ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಪಾಸ್ಕಲ್ಸ್ ಲಾ. ಅದನ್ನ ಸಹ ಕಲಿಯಲಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ. ದ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ topic we call it as Pascal's law. Dear student, this Pascal's law is very much important for exam. Mainly they are going to ask the statement of Pascal's law. Not only that, under this we are going to discuss the application part of Pascal's law that we are going to discuss. Next important thing, it is related to hydrodynamics. I will explain what is the meaning of hydrodynamics in the introduction part itself. Now in case of fluid topic, we are going to discuss next important, fourth important major objective part is related to Bernoulli's principle. Dear student, again this Bernoulli's principle is also one of the important concept for exam. Commonly they will ask statement of Bernoulli's principle, application or uses of Bernoulli's principle, and along with that there are so many important application part are there. And under these concepts itself we are going to discuss, under hydrodynamics itself we are going to discuss related to Venturimeter, related to Torricelli's law, all those things are different types of flow of fluid. It may be a streamline, it may be a turbulent. ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕಲಿಲಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ನಿಮಗೂ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದಿಸ್ ವಿ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಮೇಜರ್ ಫಿಫ್ತ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಈಸ್ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಟು ವಿಸ್ಕಾಸಿಟಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕಲಿತೇವೆ. ಡಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ, ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಆರ್ ಫ್ಲೂಯಿಡ್ ಗಾಟ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಮೇಜರ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ವಿಸ್ಕಾಸಿಟಿ. How we get the viscosity, what is the definition of viscosity, what is the application part of viscosity, how it varies with the temperature, all those things we are going to discuss under this. And the next last important concept or objective under mechanical properties of fluids is surface tension. ಏನಿದೆ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ surface tension. Remember, under this concept we get a clear idea what is the meaning of surface tension, and not only that, related to that we are going to discuss capillarity, angle of contact or application part. Idu 6 major concept comes under mechanical properties of fluid. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತದಲ್ವಾ? ನೆನ್ಪಿಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಈ ಮೇಜರ್ ಆರ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ವಿ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಕಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಫ್ಲೂಯಿಡ್. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್, ಥರ್ಡ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ Pascal's law, fourth one is related to Bernoulli's principle, and fifth one is viscosity, and last one is called surface tension. These are the major concept. Under that there are so many sub concept. Adunu study madlikkide, that we discuss one by one. Artha aita? Right. Again, before starting this concept, first we discuss the concept like matter. First matter ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. Dear student, matter is nothing but any substance or any system. It got a suitable mass. It got a suitable mass. Not only that, and occupy suitable space. Remember this clearly. Matter is the one, any substance or any system have suitable mass and occupy suitable space. Just imagine, ಈ ಪೆನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಈ ಪೆನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿಬಹುದು. ಯಾಕೆ ಕರಿಬಹುದು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಇದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಸುಟೇಬಲ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಹೌದಾ? ಇದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಮಾಸ್ ಇದೆ. ನಾಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ದಟ್, ಇಟ್ ಆಕ್ಯುಪೈ ದಿ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್. ಇದು ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಕ್ಯುಪೈ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಈ ಅಟ್ಮಾಸ್ಫಿಯರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಆಕ್ಯುಪೈ ಆಗಿದೆ. ನನ್ನ ಬಾಡಿಯನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡ್ರು ಹಾಗೆ, ಮೈ ಬಾಡಿ ಗಾಟ್ ಅ ಸುಟೇಬಲ್ ಮಾಸ್. ಹೌದಾ? ಮಾಸ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ವೆಯ್ಟ್ ನಾಟ್ ಸೇಮ್. ನನ್ನ ಬಾಡಿಗೆ ಸುಟೇಬಲ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಇದೆ, ನನ್ನ ಬಾಡಿ ಸುಟೇಬಲ್ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಕ್ಯುಪೈ ಆಗಿದೆ. That system we call it as matter. Matter is the one substance or system have suitable mass and occupy suitable space. That we call it as matter. Dear student, matters are classified into three major categories, three major types. Matters are classified into three major categories or three major types. First important type, you already learn in a lower class, we call it as solid. First important type we call it as solid. Second important type we call it as fluids or we call it as liquid. Second important type is called liquid. Better I use the word liquid. Second type we call it as liquid. And third important type we call it as gas. Remember, matters are classified into three important type or three important classification here. One is solid, second one is liquid, third one is gaseous. Remember, in your physics, there are two part books are there. ಎರಡು ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಪುಸ್ತಕ ಇದೆ. ಪಾರ್ಟ್ 1 and ಪಾರ್ಟ್ 2. ಪಾರ್ಟ್ 1 ಬುಕ್ ನ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ನ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಆಗಿದೆ. ನೀವು ಯೂನಿಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಮೆಜರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಮೋಷನ್ ಇನ್ ಅ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಟ್ ಲೈನ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ನೋ, ದೀಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಯು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಲರ್ನಿಂಗ್. ಪಾರ್ಟ್ 2 ಬುಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಏನು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಕಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಾಲಿಡ್. ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಇದು ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಕಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಫ್ಲೂಯಿಡ್. Remember, we are going to discussing about solid, we are going to discussing about liquid, fluid. And the third chapter is related to thermal properties of matter. It containing solid, liquid and gas. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ನ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? thermal properties of matter. thermal ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್, heat apply ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? That is the third chapter. And under that concept itself, we are going to discuss in detail about properties of gases. When you are going to apply the temperature and other things, ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ under third chapter. Dear student, in a second chapter in a part 2 book, we are mainly discussing the three important terms solid, liquid and gases. That's why I said in a matter there are three important types. First type ಯಾವುದು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ solid, second one is called liquid, third one we call it as gases. I am not going to explain in detail about this. ಇದನ್ನ ನೀವು ಸಣ್ಣ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಂದನೇ ಕಲಿಯಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ನಿಮಗೆ. All the molecular atoms are closely packed. ಹತ್ರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಎಲ್ಲ atoms or molecule. Liquid only molecules or atoms are separated by some distance. There will be an intermolecular distance. But in case of gases, all the molecules are free to move. ತುಂಬಾ ದೂರದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. There is a comparison in case of solid, liquid and gases. And again remember, especially these two types, they can flow. Liquid ಇರಬಹುದು, gas ಇರಬಹುದು, ಎರಡು ಸಹ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ when you going to supply the force or energy. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಎನರ್ಜಿಯನ್ನ ನಾನು ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಎರಡು ಸಹ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಇದು ಎರಡು ಸಹ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇದು ಕಂಡೀಷನ್. ಇದನ್ನ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿ ನೆನ್ಪಿಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಐ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್. ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್. ಇಟ್ ಗಾಟ್ ಅ ಸುಟೇಬಲ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಕ್ಯುಪೈ ಸುಟೇಬಲ್ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್. ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ರೈಟ್. ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೂರು ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಮೂರು ವಿಧ ಇದೆ. ಯಾವುದೆಲ್ಲ ಮೂರು ವಿಧ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಸಾಲಿಡ್, ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್. ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಲೋವರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಆಲ್ ದಿ ಎಟಮ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಯಾಕ್ಡ್, ಈ ತರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದೇ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಆಲ್ ದಿ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ closely packed, but compared to solid they are bit free. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಗ್ಯಾಪ್ ಇದೆ compared to solid. But in case of gases, all the molecules are free to move. ಫ್ರೀ ಆಗಿ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಹೌದಾ? These are the three important types of matter. Remember, ಇಲ್ಲಿ liquid ಮತ್ತೆ gases they can flow. That's why they are called fluids. They can flow. ಇದು ಎರಡು ಸಹ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ when you supply suitable amount of energy or force. That's why they are called fluids. Dear student, we are going to discussing about mechanical properties of fluids. Fluids are nothing but the system or substance that can flow. System or substance that can flow we call as fluids. Artha aitalva? Right. Move on to next important concept is related to fluid mechanics under introduction. Fluid mechanics under introduction. Dear student, you already heard about mechanics. It deals about various aspects of motion. Again, under fluid mechanics, there will be two important sub-branch. First one we call hydrostatics. And second one we call as hydrodynamics. First one is hydrostatics, second one is called hydrodynamics. Artha agta ide alva? Right. First we discuss what is the meaning of hydrostatics. Dear student, hydrostatics is the combination of two words. Hydro anta helidre liquid or fluid. Statics anta helidre state of rest. One can study the property of a fluid when a fluid in the state of rest. One can study the property of a fluid when a fluid in the state of rest. Fluid rest aliddaga statics anta helidare rest. Fluid rest aliddaga one can study the property that we call as hydrostatics. Hydro anta helidare fluid, statics anta helidare rest. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಸ್ಟಾಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ mainly we are going to study the property of a fluid when a fluid in the state of rest. Second important thing we call as hydrodynamics. Here word itself indicates is a combination of two words. ಯಾವುದೆಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ first one is hydro ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ fluid or liquid. Dynamics indicate the state of motion. One can study the property of a fluid when a fluid in the state of motion. One can study the property of a fluid when a fluid in the state of motion, that we call as hydrodynamics. Here, keep this word clearly in your mind. Hydro means fluid. Statics means rest. Statics means rest. Combination of these two words we call it as hydrostatics. One can study the property of a fluid when a fluid in the state of rest is called hydrostatics. Second important word we call it as hydrodynamics. Here hydro anta helidre again. What is that hydro? Fluid. Hydro anta helidre fluid. Dynamics anta helidre state of. What is that? Motion. These two terms together I will get the concept hydrodynamics. Hydrodynamics is the study of property of a fluid when a fluid in the state of motion. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಮೋಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇನ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ವಿತ್ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ವಿತ್ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟು ಸರೌಂಡಿಂಗ್. ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇನ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ವಿತ್ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ವಿತ್ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟು ಸರೌಂಡಿಂಗ್. ನೆನ್ಪಿಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ನನಗೀಗ ಸರೌಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಆಗ್ತೀರಿ. ನಾನೀಗ ಒಂದು ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಆದರೆ ನನ್ನ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಟೈಮ್ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ನನ್ನ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. Automatically change in position with respect to time, with respect to surrounding, that we call as motion. Again under that we can think about fluid mechanics. Under fluid mechanics, two important sub branches we call it as hydrostatics and hydrodynamics. Hydrostatics is a study of property of a fluid in the state of rest. Hydrodynamics is the property of a fluid when a fluid in the state of motion. These two are the two important terms. Remember, under mechanical properties of a fluid, we're going to think about two important concepts. One is hydrostatics and the one is hydrodynamics. We're going to study the property of a fluid when a fluid in the state of rest, as well as we're going to study the property of a fluid when a fluid in the state of motion. ಎರಡನ್ನೂ ಕಲಿತೇವೆ ಈ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ರೈಟ್. Dear student, now we start with the concept. First, we start with fluids. Dear student, I already told about fluids. Those substances like liquid and gases. You already learned liquid and gases both can flow. Those substances that can flow are called fluids. I already told liquid and gases, liquids and gases that can flow, that's why they are called fluids. Keep this point in your mind. Liquids and gases that can flow, these two are the substances that can flow, are called fluids. Remember, under fluids I already told fluid mechanics. There are two important sub branches. One is called hydrostatics and the one is called hydrodynamics. And continuation of this topic, before discussing about pressure, we discuss one important term called thrust. Dear student, the word thrust is also equivalent to force. Here, what is the role played by the force? Same role played by the thrust. But how it is acting, that is important. Remember, if I consider any one beaker, this one is the bottom area, surface area of the beaker. It is the bottom surface area of the beaker. If I fill water, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನೀರನ್ನ ಫಿಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾನೆ ಅಂತ ಎನ್ಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಅಥವಾ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಅನ್ನ ಫಿಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾನೆ ಅಂತ ಎನ್ಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ಆರ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್, ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ವಾಟರ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ಹೌ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಕೇಳಿದರೆ, ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ನಾರ್ಮಲಿ ಡೌನ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್. Each and every liquid molecule acting normally downwards to the surface. Each and every molecule got suitable mass. Each and every molecule experienced the acceleration due to gravity. You already know about that. G is acting vertically downward. This water molecule got a suitable mass. It experienced a gravity, is acting vertically downward to this surface. Automatically on this surface there will be a net downward force. Net downward force acting normally on the surface. It is leading towards the concept called thrust. Thrust is equivalent to what I said, force. It is the net downward force exerted by the fluid normally to the surface. It is the net downward force exerted by the fluid normally to the surface when a fluid in the state of rest. That we call as thrust. ನೆನ್ಪಿಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಈ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್, ಇಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ಇದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಲೈಕ್ ದಸ್, ಇಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ಇದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಲೈಕ್ ದಸ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಈಚ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ಗಾಟ್ ಸುಟೇಬಲ್ ಮಾಸ್. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲಿಗೂ ಸುಟೇಬಲ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಮಾಸ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಅ ಗ್ರಾವಿಟಿ. ಅದರಿಂದಾಗಿ ಇಟ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಡೌನ್ವರ್ಡ್. ಯಾವುದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ? ಈ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಏರಿಯಾದ ಮೇಲೆ. Automatically there will be a net downward force exerted by a fluid normally on a given surface that we call it as thrust. Thrust is nothing but net downward force exerted by a fluid normally on a given surface area that we call it as thrust. Artha aita? Right. And again keep one point clearly in your mind. If I think about above the surface of water, above the surface of liquid, ಇದರ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ there will be air molecules like this. There will be air molecules or gas molecules. These air molecules and gas molecules also got suitable mass. ಅದಕ್ಕೂ ಸಹ suitable mass ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಮಾಸ್ ಏನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? ಗ್ರಾವಿಟಿಯನ್ನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಗ್ರಾವಿಟಿಯಿಂದಾಗಿ ಈ ಏರ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಡೌನ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್. Acting downward. It also creates a suitable amount of force on the surface. It also creates a suitable amount of net force on the surface. It is leading towards atmospheric pressure. It is leading towards atmospheric pressure. It is leading towards atmospheric pressure. Just imagine if I hold my hand like this. Automatically above my hand or surface of my hand ಏನಿದೆ? ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಏರ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ನನ್ನ ಕೈ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಕೇಳಿದರೆ ಆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ನಾರ್ಮಲಿ, ಆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಪರ್ಪೆಂಡಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಟು ದಿಸ್ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್. ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕಲಿ ಓವರ್ ಮೈ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ there will be a net downward force created by the gas molecules. That net downward force we call it as thrust. We call it as thrust. It is the net downward force exerted by a fluid normally on a given surface is called thrust. By considering this, we can think about next important part that we call it as pressure. Is very much important term that we call it as pressure, denoted by letter capital P. Here P represent the pressure. Dear student, here pressure. Now usually pressure ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒತ್ತಡ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ಒತ್ತಡ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. Pressure is the force per unit area. That itself we call it as average pressure. Average force per unit area that we call it as pressure or average pressure. In general, pressure is nothing but force per unit area. Remember, in fluid, that force we call it as thrust. That's why we can use the word pressure is nothing but thrust per unit area also. We can define pressure is also like thrust per unit area, unit surface area is the pressure. I clearly said force and thrust are equivalent. Only thing is how it is acting. Depending on that we say thrust. ನೆನ್ಪಿಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಪರ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಏರಿಯಾ. ಕೀಪ್ ಒನ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಇನ್ ಯೋರ್ ಮೈಂಡ್. ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಮೆಜರ್ ದಿ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಬೈ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಅ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ನ್ಯೂಟನ್. We can measure the force by using a unit called Newton. And we can measure the area by using a unit called meter square. Automatically, pressure, force divided by area, it becomes force divided by area becomes Newton divided by meter square is equivalent to Newton per meter square. Newton per meter square. Newton per meter square is the unit used to measure the pressure, is also called as PA. PA represent the Pascal. Is also called as PA, Pascal. Remember, the unit used to measure the pressure is Newton per meter square, is also called as PA. PA is called Pascal. Pascal is a unit used to measure the pressure for practical purpose. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಇದನ್ನು ನೆನ್ಪಿಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಇಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಪರ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಏರಿಯಾ is also called thrust divided by area, and unit used to measure the pressure is Newton per meter square. Dear student, if I consider one example like this, it is the vessel or beaker. It containing suitable amount of liquid is a surface of a liquid or fluid. Just imagine this liquid is in the state of rest, because we're going to think about hydrostatics now. Here, if I consider any one object, ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು object ಅನ್ನು submerge ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ like this. One object is submerged. One object is submerged like this. Remember, on this surface, all the liquid molecules exert a net downward force like this. Net downward force. Remember, this liquid molecule not exert a force parallel like this. ಯಾಕೆ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ surface also exert a force parallel to that, exactly opposite to this force. Automatically, Newton third law you learn, action and reaction both are equal but they are opposite. If I take the vessel surface, this one is a vessel surface. In this vessel surface, a liquid molecule, if they exert a force like this, at the same time, this vessel also exert a force on a liquid molecule opposite to that. Newton third law, automatically net force becomes zero. Usually, depending on a gravity, all the liquid molecule acting perpendicular to the surface of any object inside a fluid. Any object is submerged. ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ನೀರೊಳಗಡೆ ಅಥವಾ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಅದರ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ಆರ್ ಫ್ಲೂಯಿಡ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ exert a perpendicular force on the surface. It not a parallel. ಈ ಸರ್ಫೇಸಿಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ಪರ್ಪೆಂಡಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಆಗಿ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ನಾಟ್ ಅ ಪ್ಯಾರಲಲ್. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಇದು ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಪ್ರೆಷರ್. For a small surface area, if the pressure is acting, we can take pressure P is equal to limit delta A tends to 0, delta F divided by delta A. This one is a pressure acting on a small area. Surface area is negligibly small. You can write it like this also. Remember, here important thing is definition of pressure, and not only that, unit used to measure pressure. And dear student, we can write the dimension formula for pressure also. Again, here F is nothing but mass into acceleration. Mass into acceleration is the force, and the dimensional formula for mass is m power 1. Acceleration dimension formula is L power 1 T power minus 2 divided by area. Dimension formula is L square. On simplification, dimension formula for pressure is equal to m power 1. L power 2 comes above, it becomes L power minus 2. Remaining is L power plus 1 minus 2, it becomes minus 1. M power 1, L power minus 1, T power minus 2 is the dimensional formula used to measure pressure. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? Right. These are the important thing for exam. Dear student, next one important term, physical quantity, that is required to understand the property of a fluid is called density. Is called density, usually denoted by letter rho. Dear student, density rho is equal to mass divided by volume. Mass divided by volume. The density is called mass per unit volume. Here mass is measured in terms of kg, volume is measured in terms of meter cube. The unit for density is kg per meter cube. Unit for density is kg per meter cube. Dear student, system to system or substance to substance, the density of given fluid or given system is different. If I think about water at 4 degrees Celsius is equivalent to 277 Kelvin. 4 degrees Celsius is equivalent to 277 Kelvin. Density of water is equal to 1.00 into 10 power 3 kg per meter cube. That is nothing but 1000 kg per meter cube. Remember, for water at 4 degrees Celsius, 277 Kelvin, density of water is equal to 1.00 into 10 power 3 or 1000 kg per meter cube. If I think about seawater, its density is seawater density slightly bit more compared to pure water. Here density of seawater is, if I consider seawater, density of seawater is 1.03 into 10 power 3 kg per meter cube is a value of density of seawater. Remember these two values, you have to remember to work out the most of the numericals. One, density of water is to 1000 kg per meter cube, density of sea water is to 1030 or 1.03 into 10 power 3 kg per meter cube. Right. Along with that, one more important term is called mercury, is also one of the important substance, mercury. The density of mercury is bit more. The density of mercury denoted as Hg, mercury, is 13.6 into 10 power 3 kg per meter cube. Density of mercury is 13.6 into 10 power 3 kg per meter cube. Remember, these three values are essential to calculate the or work out the most of the numerical under pressure. Now these are the important thing. Right. Dear student, we learn two important physical quantity. First one is pressure. Pressure is denoted as P is equal to force divided by area, is also called thrust divided by area. And remember, this term pressure or physical quantity pressure is the scalar quantity. It got a suitable value of magnitude but not direction. It got a suitable value of magnitude but no direction. It is a scalar quantity. It depending on a force. Remember, depending on a force, depending on an area, but thing is, it is a scalar quantity. Similar to that, we learn second important term is called density. Density rho is equal to mass divided by volume, is also scalar quantity. It depending only on a magnitude, not on a direction. Is also scalar quantity. These two terms we will learn. We'll do the continuation of this concept. We have to find out the expression for pressure at a depth that we discussed now. Dear student, next important term, variation of pressure with the depth. If I consider one cylindrical vessel and imagine like this. This one is the one cylindrical vessel. Got area of surface is A. Or area of cross section of surface is A, and again I consider a fluid in that. I consider fluid like this. I consider fluid. In that I consider one cross sectional part of a cylindrical vessel of a fluid like this. is a cross-sectional part of a cylindrical vessel of a fluid, and this depth is equal to h. This depth is equal to h. From this particular point to this particular point, depth is equal to h. Remember, in this cross-sectional cylindrical vessel part of a fluid, there will be huge amount of fluid molecule. Each and every fluid molecule acting downward to the surface, and it exerts a certain weight that we call it as mg. Mg is the weight of each and every molecule on this surface. I consider one cross-sectional cylindrical vessel of depth h, and density of this liquid is equal to rho. Rho is the density of that liquid, and in that each and every water molecule or liquid molecule exert a force on a surface. Force exerted by that each and every water molecule normally on this surface is mg. First, I consider force exerted by liquid molecule or liquid on the surface. On the surface, F is equal to, what is that? Mg. Dear student, F is equal to mg itself is called net downward force exerted by a fluid on a given surface. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, I consider one cylindrical vessel. A cylindrical vessel, I taken a fluid or liquid. It got a density is equal to rho. In that cylindrical vessel, I consider certain cross-sectional cylindrical vessel part of a fluid of surface area A. Of surface area A. Here, I consider 2 points. One is 0.1 and the one is 0.2. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೆನ್ಪಿಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, 0.1 ಮತ್ತೆ 0.2 ಅನ್ನ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ. 0.2 ಮೇಲೆ each and every water molecule or fluid molecule or liquid molecule exert a net downward force. The net downward force exerted by a liquid or fluid or water molecule on a surface is F, is also called thrust, is equal to mg. Artha is equal to mg. Is acting on an area, is acting on an area A, is acting on a surface area A. Again, we know that pressure P is equal to force or thrust divided by, what is that? Area. Thrust divided by area or net downward force exerted by a liquid on a surface. Thrust, AF divided by area. We already got the expression for AF. F is equal to ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಂದಿದೆ? mg. Substitute ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ. Pressure is equal to mg divided by ಏನಾಯ್ತು? A ಆಯ್ತು. Dear student, you know the definition of density. Density of a fluid is rho or liquid is rho. The density of liquid rho is equal to mass per unit volume, m divided by v. This gives m is equal to density into volume. Density into volume. I will substitute this in place of this m. ಇದನ್ನ ಈ m ಇದ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ P is equal to, in place of m ಏನ್ ಬರೀಬೇಕು? rho into v into what is that here? G divided by A. Dear student, if I consider this cross-sectional part of cylindrical vessel of a fluid, got a depth is equal to h, area of the surface is A, automatically volume V is equal to A into H. Area into height or depth gives volume of that cross-sectional part of fluid or liquid vessel. Automatically volume is equal to A into H. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ P is equal to rho. In place of volume you have to take A into H into G divided by A. What about A and A? Cancel ಆಯ್ತು. Automatically pressure is equal to rho G H. I got the equation for pressure is equal to rho G H. Remember, pressure acting on the surface area tau is rho G H. Therefore, net pressure acting is equal to P naught plus rho G H. P naught plus rho G H. And I consider this equation. You got the doubt. ನಿಮಗೆ ಡೌಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಹೇಗೆ equation ಬಂತು? Because I already said, ಇಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು fluid molecule exert a net downward force on the surface area. It create a pressure is equal to rho gh, is depending on a density, depending on acceleration due to gravity, depending on a depth. On this surface 1 ಮೇಲೆ again there will be a pressure acting. That pressure I will call as atmospheric pressure exerted by any other part of a molecule, ಬೇರೆ molecule ಅಥವಾ atmosphere. That pressure is P naught. ಈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರುವ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೇಳಿದರೆ rho gh ಡಿಪೆಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ಅ ಡೆಪ್ತ್. ಈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರುವ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೇಳಿದರೆ P naught, ದಟ್ ಐ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ as atmospheric pressure. ಈ ಎರಡು ಒಟ್ಟಾಗಿ ಈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ ನೆಟ್ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಕೇಳಿದರೆ P naught plus rho gh. P naught plus rho gh. And this is the expression for net pressure experienced by this bottom surface. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? This bottom surface. In a simple way, I can write the diagram for this. Just imagine this one is the one beaker. I consider water in a beaker like this. ಇಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ವಾಟರ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ exert a net downward force on the surface area A. Density is rho and depth of water is H. either point ಮೇಲೆ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರುವ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ rho gh due to fluid. Due to presence of water, pressure acting on the surface area is equal to rho gh for a given depth h. For this water surface, there will be a large number of air molecule or gas molecule is also exert a net downward force on the water surface. That net downward force create a pressure that we call as atmospheric pressure. That atmospheric pressure I will consider as P naught. This P naught and rho gh together, for this surface there will be a net pressure. That net pressure is the sum of atmospheric pressure and rho gh. Sum of atmospheric pressure and rho gh. Automatical net pressure we got P naught plus rho gh. And remember, this equation we can take net pressure on the surface of a beaker due to presence of fluid and atmosphere minus P naught atmospheric pressure gives rho gh. Remember, this rho gh itself we call as gauge pressure. ಇದನ್ನೇ ನಾವು ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತೇವೆ? ಗೇಜ್ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೇವೆ. ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ದಿಸ್, ಇಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಗೇಜ್ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಇಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಗೇಜ್ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್. ಇಸ್ ದಟ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ರೈಟ್. ಸೊ pressure at a depth h minus atmospheric pressure acting on a surface of a fluid gives rho gh, where rho gh itself is called which pressure? Gauge pressure. Is that clear? Difference between pressure at a depth of a given fluid in a given vessel and atmospheric pressure or pressure acting on a surface of a fluid gives expression for gauge pressure. That's why P net minus P naught gives rho gh, where rho gh itself is called gauge pressure. Is that clear? Itself is called gauge pressure. Dear student, remaining things we'll discuss in next class. Thank you.